what do I want to do next? Hello everyone, this is Beauty by Brains, and today we're getting spooky. Today we are doing a sort of glam, just a glammy, a little bit of gory. I'm gonna add some blood a little bit later. Vampire look. Those are actually not the fangs that I'm using. I'm actually using some different fangs. But if you wanted something quick and easy, but like still kind of works, those are the Billy Bob Teeth Vampire Flex Fit veneers. And so what they are is they basically are like a mouth guard, so you can put it in hot water and have it meld to your teeth shapes so that they stay in better. Unfortunately for me, I have a very small mouth. So a lot of like general sized mouth guards and things don't work for me. And then the other problem is that I think I kind of did it wrong. I feel like the way that they had the adhesive, it just didn't really work out. So I do use a different pair of fangs, but for a little bit of fun, I did want to use those. So if you want to see how I get this look, this very vampy, smoky, red eye, and also kind of how I add in a little bit of vampire and a little bit of spook to it, then just keep on watching. Okay, so I actually have no idea what I want to do for this look. I think I'm going to start with the eyes because I was thinking about doing like a very smoky eye. So I'm going to take my Too Faced 24-Hour Shadow Insurance eye primer and put that on both of my eyelids. I'm going to go into the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette 1. I'm going to take the shade Silk Cream, and I'm going to basically put that all over my lid to kind of set the primer and also kind of give my lid a kind of over color. Now I'm going to go into the Nikkie Tutorials X Beauty Bay palette, and I'm going to take a fluffy brush and go into the shade Mila, and I'm going to put this in my crease. Alright, and then I'm going to take this sort of fluffy definer brush, and I'm going to go into the shade 5 a.m. and I'm going to basically take that on like the outer corner crease part, just a little bit to give a little bit of definition to the eyes. And now I'm going to take the same fluffy brush with no product on it, and I'm just going to go over the edges just to make sure that everything is blended out and not too harsh. And I'm probably going to go back in with another brown once I get like everything else placed, but I wanted to at least have some sort of transition and shape going into this eye. So I'm going to take another flat definer brush, and I'm going to go into the Jaclyn Hill X Morphe palette volume 2, and I'm going to take this black shade right here, Temptress, and I'm putting that on the outer corner. So I'm putting it on the outer corner, and then I am bringing it up a bit into the crease, and then sort of shading with the clean end of my brush. And this is kind of why I did the eyes first this time, is because when using like these matte blacks and everything, they can get very fallouty, they can go a lot of different places, usually need to clean it up, and so it's just easier to do with no foundation. haven't done like a full-on smoky eye in so long. I'm so excited. Cleaning it up on something, not adding, like, remember, you don't want to add that much product, especially with black. You want to do a little bit and then build. You don't want to just like take it out. And then a lot of things with using black shadow is you have to kind of start in and then blend outwards is a great way to think about dealing with black shadow, because the beauty of a smoky eye is this sort of like blurring effect coming out from your eyes. And I honestly love it like this. Like, if I wasn't doing the look that I was doing, I would definitely throw on some like a light brown in the eyes, do a wing, and call it a day. This is really cute. I'm really happy with this. Yes, I'm just blending out the edges, and like I'll do my foundation later, which would help a lot with this. Okay, so I'm going to clean the black off my brush because I hate when I like grab for a brush and then it had like a really dark brown or a really dark black on it. So this is actually the Joy Lorraine Cosmetics 3-second makeup brush cleaner. And it's just this little thing. So I'm just going to swirl this around in here just to get all the black off. And I'm actually going to take the other shader brush that I used and clean that as well. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette, and I'm going to go into this red Living My Best, which is really just a matte blood red. I actually had a hard time deciding, and I'm just going to put this on my lid. I actually had a hard time deciding which red I wanted to use. And if you notice, I'm not going into my inner corner. I have another plan color for that I'm definitely going over and trying to mix with the black as much as possible. And it's okay if you go over or anything like that, but this red you can just really pack on. So I was having a hard time deciding what red I wanted to use when deciding this color, because not all reds are created equal, not all reds are shaded equal, and it can become really difficult finding that like perfect blood red that you need. Sometimes you get too bright or too light or anything, but I really like this one that Jaclyn Hill has. It is definitely coming out really well. So you actually don't even have to have the black come out as far as it did. I personally like it, but if you're looking for a more red than black, then I would stop it more in the outer corner and then let the red take over the rest of the lid. But, do what you want. When I was deciding what I wanted to do for my like vampire look, I definitely knew that I wanted to do something smoky and glammy and everything. That was always my idea, but I found that I've never really done a red smoky eye type thing. I've done like red or like cranberry looks, but not just a smoky eye. So I actually had a hard time kind of coming up with a concept and an idea and everything and then going forward with it. But so far, like I'm not mad at all with like how things are going. So I'm just gonna clean my brush again with the brush cleaner. And now I'm going to go back into the Nikki Tutorials Beauty Bay palette, and I'm actually going to take the red shade Mikai, this one right here, and I'm actually just going to put that in the inner corner outwards. And the reason I didn't choose this Mikai for my whole lid is that you will see it is a brighter red, and I definitely wanted something more bloody, if you will, for the main lid shade, but I decided to do something a bit more light, especially since I didn't want to put like a highlight or a sparkle really into it. This seemed like the better thing to do to add a little bit of lightness to the inner corner without, getting too crazy or anything. And like as you see, like it blends out beautifully and seamlessly together. There is a color difference, but it definitely looks like a gradient shading, which I so excited. I'm so happy this is working out. Normally when I go into a look having no idea what's going on, it either turns into a complete disaster or it turns into my exact same thing of like I take one color and then a darker version of the color in the outer corner and just call it a day. So I'm actually really happy that this is coming together. I'm going to take my fluffy brush and I'm just going to go over that crease area just to make sure everything is cool and copacetic and blend it out. I'm actually going to let it blend up a little bit because I am picking up a little bit of that pigment. And that's okay because it doesn't have to be, my goal with this look was not to make it perfect at all. And so that is okay. I haven't decided exactly what I want to do for my brow bone. I think what I might do is I might just let this blend up into my brow bone and kind of leave it like that so that it looks a little bit more smoked out and a little bit like messy. I'm a big fan of a grunge pyre, so letting it out and getting it a little messy is definitely my thing. And you can also bring it out that way. I'm always bad at doing that, so I think I'm just going to leave it as is, but I'm not going to sit and put product or red in my brow bone. I'm just going to let this kind of flow up. Okay, since I'm here, I'm going to first fix my hair. Since I'm here, I'm actually going to do my brows. So this is the Rare Beauty Brow Harmony, eyebrow pencil in deep brown. And I'm just going to take this spoolie from my, Benefit Cosmetics eyebrow pencil and just, clean them up a little bit. Honestly, so when I was thinking about doing this look, I knew that I wanted to do like a very like smoked out um eye look, and normally those go with like very like sculpted brows, but I knew I just did not have the time or the patience to like fully sculpt out my brows with like pomade and everything. Like I'm not built for that type of life. So I figured a happy medium would actually be to do to use this because it is a brow gel, and so it brings a little bit of sculptingness to the brow without me having to spend 20 minutes trying to sculpt it out, and does make it a little bit thicker, which I like my brow shape a lot, but I know that in these eye looks having a bit of a thick brow is kind of the norm, so there we go. All right, let's do the face. So for primer, I'm just going to take my Tatcha Silk Canvas primer, and I'm going to try not to take too much and my face turn purple, but we shall see. Then I'm going to take my Cover FX color corrector in peach just to color correct under my eyes. I will admit that like if you wanted to do like a full like grungy look, you'd leave the dark circles under your eyes and everything, but since I am trying to go a little bit more glam, I'm going to color correct them. And a lot of fallout actually did get to my lash line and everything, so this is a great way to kind of clean that up a little bit before going into full on foundation. For foundation, so what I would normally do if I was doing any sort of Halloween look, especially one where I was supposed to be like a vampire or pale or something, I would go to Sephora and get a sample of a foundation that I like just in a color too light for me and use that. And that's what I've been doing for like any of my like dead people looks. Unfortunately, due to COVID, Sephora is not giving out samples anymore, and I'm not going to buy a whole bottle of foundation that's not my shade. So instead, I found the lightest shade that I own right now of all my foundations, and that is the Lancome 4015 Bisque W. So, where's my beauty blender? Here it is. So I'm just going to use that, and we're just going to have to accept the fact that it's COVID and it's quarantine, and for the safety and health of Sephora employees and myself, I'm willing to not be completely a ghost as for my Halloween looks, in order to make sure everyone is safe and adhering to all their protocols and everything. I think what I did last year, 2 years ago, and I'll probably do like a throwback Thursday of this murder victim look that I did that I absolutely loved. I think for that one, I just used like a NARS foundation, just in a couple of shades lighter than what I actually am. And it came out really well, and I was really happy because I did the look twice. I did it once for a Halloween party, and then I did it a second time for actual Halloween. And not only did like the foundation samples last, but it really did give me like a really good coverage. It definitely was like a great vibe going on. For concealer, I'm going to use my my Makeup Revolution concealer in C9. This is a very bright concealer, so it definitely will give more, bring more color, or not color, like paleness, into my look, and definitely highlight, which is the goal. For powder, I'm going to take my Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. Did you guys get really dark? It's, winter is coming, haha, and the timing and everything is changing. So I feel like if I want to do my videos with the natural light, I have to do it earlier. But now, like in Indiana, we're getting even more like overcast days and stuff, which is funny because actually today was supposed to be like pretty hot. We were hitting about like 75 today, but definitely not as sunny as it was, during August and September. Like I feel October is just getting darker, which I'm totally for. The leaves are changing and everything. It's very like spooky. It's very spooky. It's super fun. It's just annoying when I'm trying to like, work full time and also do videos and everything when my lighting goes away. So now I'm going to take the Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I'm actually going to put a lot on. I'm going to try to kind of like make my face paler by using this powder. Whew. Okay. I'm actually not going to bronze because I'm trying to look as pale as possible, but I am going to give myself as sharp a contour as I can stand. So this is the Physician Formula's Bronze Booster. I'm going to go into that middle cool tone shade, and I'm going to run it on my temples like I normally do, but really try to like get it to sink in, if that makes sense. Normally I just do it kind of lightly because I don't really care, but this time you want to make it as sharp as possible, especially since I'm not going to bronze. I think you're going to see it a lot more. And then I'm actually going to, normally I contour a bit over my cheek cheekbone, but now I'm going to do under, like where you normally would contour. If I was doing a ghost look, I actually would do gray, but since it's vampire, we're just gonna stick with this ashy brown and call it a day. So that's honestly how I'm going to leave the face. I'm not going to add blush or highlight or anything. I'm trying to go for like very pale, very matte. Just adding some moisture to my lips. My lips have been so dry, like I swear. It went from like summer to fall, and like all my winter like skin issues were just like, hey, hi, we missed you last time because you were indoors, but this time, like my hands have been really dry. It's been a mess. Okay, the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to line my waterline, and so I have the L'Oreal Infallible thing. I haven't sharpened it yet, and I'm actually happy that I didn't because I do want to kind of make like a smudgy 90s emo look going on, and like normally I wouldn't go to the edge of my eye, but this time I am to give like the full on like smoked out grunge effect, if that makes sense. And of course, the one time that I'm trying to be messy, I'm like super precise with it, but it's okay. And now I'm going to take my Spill Cosmetics Crybaby eyeliner, and I'm going to try to give myself a decent wing. I'm actually happy with how the eyeshadow turned out, so I don't want to go too bold with it. Okay. For the lower lash line, I am actually no, I don't want to do that yet. I'm gonna put on mascara. This is the Beauty Bakery eyelash icing. And the reason why I want to put on mascara first is I want it to dry before I put on my lashes. Yeah, guys, I'm actually wearing lashes. Remember, glam look. That's what we're doing. Now that I think about it, maybe I will add a little bit of highlighter just to my cheeks because it's starting, like, I feel too matte. I feel too out of place. So I'm actually going to take the Anastasia Beverly Hills Aurora, yeah, that's how you pronounce it, Aurora Glow Kit, and I'm going to go into the shade Luna, which is this middle white highlight shade. And I'm picking white because I do want to be, I'm still going off of this like pale glam vampire look, and I'm just going to put that just right where I normally like cheek highlight, and getting it all over my hair, just to give a little bit more umph and paleness to the look. I'm not going to do the inner corner. I'm not going to do like my nose or anything, but just like so when you turn, it gets it's a little cute. A little cute. So for the lower lash line, I'm going back into my Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette, and I am taking, where is it? This more like pointer brush, and I'm going into Temptress, which is that black from before, and I'm just really just going to smoke out my lower lash line. Okay, from there, I'm actually going to take my small definer brush, and I'm going to go back into Living My Best, and I'm actually just going to go, I'm like taking the tip of it to go like that, and I'm actually going to go back over the black and kind of add a little bit of a red accent to it, you know? Just because I want to look like vampy and grungy, but I don't want to look so like early 2000s emo, if that makes sense. Very smoky. And like obviously if you don't want it like this dark or this smoky, you can of course not put the black on the lower lash line, just put the red. I don't really like putting just the red on the lower lash line just because it feels like with my skin tone it makes me feel like I have like an eye infection or something going on. But that's just me personally, you know. Do what you want. It's your life. I definitely do like this eye look. I've added the lower red and black because, you know, we're going for a more vampy look. I feel like if I do recreate this look of just like a night out with red, I probably won't. I just don't um like this type of like under eye smokiness. I'm going back into the Nikki Stories Beauty Bay palette in Makai, and I'm going more like into the inner corner with it and kind of using this to smoke out some more a little bit. And it's okay like if this like bright red shade is coming down, you know, from the eyelid and kind of making a circle a little bit because, you know, it's supposed to be kind of, you know, not dirty, but like messy type of look. So, you know, the one thing about like these like vampy Halloween looks is that you really can just go as like messy as you want, break all the rules, and you know, it doesn't matter. For lashes, I'm doing the Split Out Cosmetics lashes in Giggle, just because I wanted a kind of, you know, va va voom lash as much as possible. And I'm actually taking the Velour Lash and Glow liner and eyelash glue. I like it a lot. And actually, last time I used it, it stayed really, really well. Yeah, it definitely stayed and lasted just as long as like any other lash glue would. And so I was really impressed by that and really happy by it. And so one thing to remember that it is a liner. So I kind of went above where my eyeliner is and it kind of made a smudge. It's okay. I was able to like extend it and it looks fine. But like I did forget for a second that this is technically eyeliner and it should be treated with care. I know you're supposed to apply lashes with like a tool, but I never learned how to do that. So, you know, I'm self-taught with most of this stuff. So you gotta use what you got, right? Cute. For lips, I was kind of torn on what I wanted to do for lips. If I wanted to do like a very like vampy dark red or like a blood red, and honestly, I just figured to just do like a very bright red. So this is the Tarte's lipstick. I forget exactly what the full thing. I got this so long ago in XOXO, and it's very just red, and I love it. Like I don't want fire engine. I didn't want like vampy dark red. Honestly, like a blood red would have worked well with this, which this kind of gets close to. Alright, and for setting spray, I'm just going to take the Tarte Stay Spray setting spray and, you know. All right, I am going to go throw on my outfit, fix my hair and everything, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I put on this black dress and I, did my part a little bit differently. I feel like middle parts are very vampire. I don't know. Where's my hair clip? Hang on. I am gonna put my hair back right now for a second, just because we are going to start incorporating some blood and I don't want to get in my hair. Hang on. I also don't want it to get on my dress, so it washes out. Like for the Letitia Lewis video that I did, actually a good amount of blood got onto my bra. Actually, I was wearing a tan bra under that shirt and it washed right out, so don't be too concerned. But if you can, if I can prevent the extra load of laundry, I don't like messy vampires. I like nice clean cut vampires. So I'm putting some paper towel just to catch any blood. I'm going to try so that it doesn't fall. Okay, so I'm taking my Blood FX drying blood. I definitely like to use drying blood because A, it washes out really well, and B, it dries, so you don't have to worry about it getting on your clothes or anything. And I'm actually just going to take some onto my fingertip and just lightly bring it down. I'm going to kind of focus it here and then bring it down a bit. And this is honestly just to give the illusion that like I was drinking blood and then it kind of fell. I'm going to move this here and then kind of just so my hope is that it would catch. Whatever fallout happens, but it's actually behaving itself, which is cool, because for the Letitia Lewis thing, it was everywhere. Yeah, and I'll bring it down here a little bit, just to see, like, continuation. I love a good continuation. So this is more of a glam look, so I'm not going to completely cover myself with blood as much as I would like to. But yeah, that's really about as much blood as I'm going to do for this look in particular. And honestly, that's only because I'm going for a more glam than gory look. So I'm going to let that dry. While that is drying, I am going to put my fangs in. Ta-da! So these are the Sexy Bites fangs. So the cool thing about these is that you can actually mold them into like a little individual bite for yourself. So if you wanted to, I could like wear this all night and eat and drink and talk. Yeah, it makes it sound like I have a lisp, but I can also cut away certain things so it looks more seamless and everything, but I'm kind of happy with the way that it is. I feel like very vampy right now. So the blood is dried and this is the final look. So this is more like a glam look. Obviously you can make it much more gory, much more smoky, anything you wanted, but I wanted something like just nice and cute. Obviously you don't have to add blood. You kind of need the fangs if you're going to do a vampire look, but you can definitely add more blood, make it super gory. I saw some people add like black veins around their eyes to make it seem more like think like vampires are vampire. It really depends on like the lore they like to go through. I like the more clean cut, Jacka vampire that looks to kill you. So this is the final look. This is my second look for Halloween. I hope you guys all enjoyed it and had a little bit of fun, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.